Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be the ultimate first date. Well, I've got two great emails for you today. The first email is from a guy who went out on a first date, and it was kind of a train wreck. He went to kiss the girl. She kind of pushed him away or turned the cheek, and he really didn't get anywhere. And then he kind of got into the habit of basically writing letters and sending texts back and forth and chit-chatting and basically becoming this girl's emotional tampon or her gay male girlfriend. And it's obvious from her behavior that she can tell that he really doesn't know what he's doing, and his game is not very tight. And so therefore she's just kind of enjoying the attention he's giving her as she probably looks for and hooks up with other guys that are more advanced and of course know what they're doing. And then the second guy, I've been doing email coaching with him for a while. I think I even had a phone session with him a while back. But he went out on a great first date recently, and at this point he'd been practicing the things that I teach, and he was able to seduce this girl on the first date. She ended up blowing off because she had plans with her friends after their date, and she ended up canceling her plans with her friends, and then later on that evening she came back to his place for a nice, lovely session of the Indoor Olympics. So it's two really great contrasting emails that I'm going to go through with you today. So I have a quote that I wrote on this topic, and then we're going to go through the first guy's email. And the quote says, "Women want to be in a love story. There is a reason why women all over the world are obsessed with romance novels, which lead to them becoming bestsellers. Women love mystery and serendipitous events, like meeting a handsome stranger unexpectedly where there is a strong sexual chemistry, shared values, and common interests. Every woman deep down knows that the right guy for her will sweep her off her feet and know exactly what to do to make her fall in love with him. In order for a man to successfully seduce the women he meets, whom he shares a mutual attraction and chemistry with, he must create a simple love story that begins the moment they meet for the first time. That means being direct, decisive, and making a definite date to get together in the evening. The ultimate date should be in a setting that facilitates great conversation, physical contact, and minimal to no interference from other people. That is why dinner dates are such a powerful first date. Having 2 or 3 fun places such as a wine bar, bowling, shooting pool, throwing darts, miniature golf, etc. to go afterwards will facilitate physical interaction that escalates and culminates in sex at his place or her place at the end of the evening." So let's go through this first guy's email and see what he did to tie his shoelaces together basically and screw things up. He says, "What's up, Corey? I need some help, man. I went on a date with this girl at work and I felt like it went well. We flirted and got closer, but when I went for the kiss at the end, she pulled back. Well, that usually means that she's not romantically interested, or she's a structured woman." Structured meaning she likes you, she wants to kiss you, but she's following some rules. And those kind of women, they're always holding back, and they're a fucking pain in the ass. I wouldn't waste my time with women like that. If I went on a date with somebody like that and they did, I would never call or text her again. And if she ever reached out to me after that, I would send a couple of texts back and forth, say, "Hey, it's great hearing from you, but I gotta run, keep in touch." And I wouldn't ask her out again unless she brought it up. It's like, why would I want to go out and spend an evening with her, spend some money on her, take her to dinner, and then get the fucking cheek? Fuck that. I like women who follow their heart and act upon what feels right. They use intuition and what feels good, as opposed to saying, "Oh, I got to follow this rule, and I can't kiss him until the 3rd date, and I can't sleep with him until after X amount of dates." Fuck that. It's just not worth it. The next day, she said she had fun and wanted to go out again. She was holding my hand and getting really close to me, but said she wasn't ready for a relationship. Well, that tells me you were focused on a relationship and locking her down to a commitment. And if she wanted to go out again, I would say, "Great, when are you free to get together?" Create an opportunity for sex to happen. That's what a date is. The thing is, she kept texting me, wanting to hold my hand and all that stuff. At one point, she would write me letters. I started to write her back, but then she stopped. Well, she stopped when she got bored and lost interest and realized that you didn't know what the hell you were doing. She said she really liked when I wrote her, though. Then when I would not write her, she would get pissed, like, why don't you anymore? Obviously, it didn't work as we have not progressed, and I feel like I fucked this up. I do like her. I'm wondering what I need to do and if I still have a chance because she is still around a lot, but it's obviously not working for me. Wait to hear from her, and then when you do, assume she wants to see you and say this. Hey, it's great hearing from you. I'd love to see you again. When are you free to get together? And if she goes, oh, I don't know, I'm not sure, but hey, I just wanted to chat and see what you're up to. Then you respond to that by saying, okay, no problem. Well, get in touch with me when you figure out your schedule. I can't really chat now. I got to run. That's it. You're interested in making a date, or you're too fucking busy to be dicking around. And the way you went from making a date and spending time with her, it sounds like now it's devolved into a texting relationship. You're like a digital pen pal. That's about as much fucking fun as watching paint dry, and it's obviously giving you a really bad case of blue balls. So, like I said, I would just wait to hear from her. The next time you do, assume she wants to see you and make a date. And you'll ask on 2 separate occasions to get together, and if each time she says no or she's unsure, leave the conversation and tell her to get in touch with you when she figures out her schedule. And if she shoots you down 2 different times in a row, then what I would say to her after that is when she gets in touch, send 2 to 3 text replies or message replies back and forth. And if she's calling you, only talk for 2 or 3 minutes, and then you're going to end all conversation with this. Hey, it was great hearing from you, but I got to run. Keep in touch. And 1 of 2 things will happen after that. She'll either bring up getting together, or she'll stop contacting you altogether. Best way to handle it. Because it's got to be her idea. She reaches out, you make a date. So let's get into the second guy's email and see what great kind of success he had. He says, Corey, hi coach, how are you? Fucking awesome, thanks for asking. Thanks again for another answer to my previous email. Your reply has been honest and straight to the point, just what I needed. Well, like I always say, I'm not here to blow sunshine up anybody's ass. I'm direct, decisive, and get right to the fucking point. I'm not here to coddle people or be politically correct. I just tell it like it is, just like a football coach would or any professional coach. Because this is how real people really talk. And in my life, most people talk like I do, and they use all kinds of profanity. He says, I moved on from the girl I was hung up on, and even from a frustrated date arrangement with another girl. The girl that stood me up in your video newsletter, she stood me up, came back to me initiating contact. After a few messages, I decided to not go out with her. Yeah, she stood you up. Why would you want to fucking give a girl another chance? Your email made me understand that I don't need to fall for just any woman, and that I should also avoid girls that don't show a high level of interest. After a difficult week, I read your book once again, time number 7 now, and I'm getting there. I realize, again, a few areas where I fucked up in recent relationships. I've been lucky lately. I don't believe in luck. We make our own luck. Who was it? Somebody said the harder, it might have been Rockefeller, the harder I work, the luckier I get, or maybe it was Thomas Edison. I've been lucky lately, and it's been easy to meet new ladies. Well, that's what happens when you practice. Repetition, some other skill. You get to the point where asking a girl out is really just like breathing. It's a compatibility test. That's what asking a woman out is. If you're compatible, she'll be excited to make a date or give you her number. And if you're not compatible, she'll give you resistance, get in the way. It's just, she'll put all kinds of roadblocks in between you meeting her out or taking her out or picking her up. He says, in fact, I met her through a social media platform. After chatting and exchanging messages for a couple of days, she actually asked me out. That's cool. We went on a date and we're chatting and having a couple of drinks. She initially said that she had plans with friends after our date. A lot of women will do that, especially online dating. If they're not sure yet, they'll go, hey, I got plans afterwards, just wanted to let you know, so I won't be able to stay out all night. Now, women say that because they got their girlfriends on standby that they can bounce to and have an excuse or a reason to end the date if it's not going well. But if it does go well, and you're a guy who applies the things that I teach in my book, she's going to ditch the friends and spend the night with you, which is exactly what it's about to happen. She initially said that she had plans with her friends after a date, but then texted telling them that she couldn't make it for drinks with them, which was a good sign. In other words, she had much more interest and hanging out with you and potentially hooking up than she did hanging out with her girlfriends and not getting laid. It's that simple. Girls like sex too. But you got to know what the fuck you're doing. They want to have a good experience. They don't want to get stuck with a guy who's needy, desperate, insecure, doesn't know how to seduce her. They want to be with guys that know how to sweep them off their feet, create an opportunity for sex to happen. You have this serendipitous first date where everything just effortlessly flowing and eventually flowing effortlessly right into the bedroom. This is where you can get to when you follow the things that I teach in my book. This is the process. It's the same over and over and over and over again. This is why I harp all the time. Repetition's the mother of skill. Excellence is not a singular act. It's a habit. You are what you do repeatedly. And that's why this guy's gotten so good. She was doing 80% of the talking, and after another 30 minutes of bantering, I knew it was time to go for the kiss. She reciprocated and then told me, well, I didn't expect that would happen so fast. And he says, yeah, sure. Then I suggested we go to another place, and then we went to a restaurant. Remember, just like I talk about in my book, when you go from place to place, because most guys take a girl out, they go to dinner, they have one date, and then they take her home. Well, when you go to dinner, then maybe you go to a wine bar afterwards, and then maybe you go to miniature golf or bowling or shoot some darts or someplace. Each time you get in the car and you go somewhere, it's like another date. And remember, most women sleep with a guy by his second or third date. So he went to 3 different places. He's following what I teach in my book. So already she feels like she's been dating him for a while because they've gotten in the car, they've hung out at one place, had a date there, then they went to another place, had a date there, and then a third place and had a date there. Pretty simple. It's all about her feeling safe and comfortable that she's not going to get raped and you're not going to fucking chop her up into a bunch of pieces and be an evil bastard. He says she was happy and comfortable that I was taking the lead. We basically went to 3 different places. As you say, go out, have fun, and then we came to my place. Pun intended. They came to his place. I wish I'd learned a lot of these things earlier. Well, you know what? What happened happened, and it couldn't have happened any other way. And if you're watching this, you showed up right on fucking time. I'm still young, and it's never too late to keep improving. As per the Tony Robbins quote you always mention, constant and never-ending improvement. In the meantime, other girls started reaching out. I will keep choosing, trusting my instinct, as you always mention. I will always have more fun with those who show a high level of interest. Thank you, happy holidays, and best wishes for 2015. Dude, that's fucking awesome. You hooked up on the first date. That's the ultimate date. That's what you want. You want to be able to make a date with a girl, hang out, have fun, hook up, have great chemistry connection, and ultimately, great sex. So if you'd like to get my help personally, the quickest way is to book a paid phone, Skype, or email coaching session. You can choose any of those options by going to my website, clicking the products tab at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions for booking whichever option works best for you. And I will talk to you soon.